Hi, don't know where to go with this one. Welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. We've got a woman, and I'm going to use the word woman quite incorrectly because he's actually a bloke, right? It's a man, got a cock. His name is Dr. Victoria McLeod, and he is taking the government to court because the Supreme Court said that men are men and women are women, and it's based on biological sex. Yeah, because what we've got here is a man who wants to expose himself in women's changing rooms and who wants to have a good gawk at women when they're getting changed. Obviously mental, and absolutely mental, because he thinks that simply putting on a dress and calling himself by a lady name, Victoria, will make him a woman. And we all know that that's not how the world works. Unfortunately, though, this one used to be a judge. I know, it gets weirder, doesn't it? Who'd have thought such a thing? Not that judges are particularly good with their long, flowing wigs and all. But anyway, this judge claims that the Supreme Court refused permission for him to intervene on how issues would affect himself and other trans people. He calls himself a herself, but we know that he's a he. And I guarantee if I did a little blood test, did check the DNA on that. Oh no, male. Yeah, okay, there we go. Anyway, Oscar Davis, who's a non-binary barrister. I don't know what that is. And Olivia Campbell Cavendish, who's another man who calls himself by a lady name and pretends that he's a lady because he wears dresses and things, is going to be there. He's the founder and executive director of Trans Legal Clinic, and he is the first black trans lawyer in the UK. Calls himself a lady, but obviously not a lady. Big cock. I'm presuming. Average cock. Average cock. It's the first case in history, apparently, to be led by a trans legal team. Well, whoopee-doo, let's have a party. Yay! He says, for the trans community, it embodies a simple truth. There must be no more conversations about us without us. Fine, absolutely. Come along in. We'll just ask you a simple question. What we'd like to know is, why do men want to expose themselves in front of ladies or go into ladies' rooms to have a look at ladies when they're standing there with their big cocks swinging between their legs? Why do you want that? Why do you want to expose yourself to women? Let's see the answer to that one. If it's not only because you just get off on pretending you are a vagina. I mean, it really is, isn't it? It's autogynephilia. That's all this is. They're claiming it's Article 6 of the Human Rights Act. The right to a fair and impartial hearing by an independent tribunal. Well, absolutely. You can have your tribunal. Don't expect anyone to change. I refuse ever to call a man who pretends to be a woman anything other than a man pretending to be a woman. Facts. Good Lord. Facts, boy. Facts. Mr. Gradgrind. I do love Dickens. Anyway, facts. Fact is, he's a man, he wears a dress, he calls himself Victoria, but it's still a man. Deal with it. And don't go into ladies' changing rooms and expect anything other than get the fuck out of here, you strange man. Bye.